Jay here, Stretford, Paddock, Fulham 0, Manchester United 1. That's Adam McKola. That's the RH. We're all buzzing after watching one of the best games of football you'll ever see. I mean, Hopper, I'll start with you. It was pretty dire, wasn't it? It's like, look, a win is a win, as we say in the title, but it wasn't a game of football that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.
No, it was shocking, wasn't it? Let's have it right. The standard from both teams, quality, poor, but again, you take the 3 points, you bounce, don't you?
You do, Macca. I mean,
just on your point there, the XG philosophy, who calculate XG and that, the nerds, they tweeted, Fulham versus Manchester United was the lowest scoring XG game of the last 2 seasons.
Really?
Yeah, that's how bad that was.
But there's only one stat that matters, isn't there? As they say,
it's on the board, mate.
And that's the goals. And we scored more than they did. So there, stick your XG.
A loopy one.
Yeah, a loopy one.
And we, sorry to cut you off.
No,
and we kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Our first clean sheet in 14 games.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it? What star win? You said a stat a minute ago. How many games is it we've won out of 5?
We've won 4 out of the last 5.
See, that doesn't seem real, does it?
That's including a draw, which we won on penalties against Arsenal.
Right, can we just stop that though? No. That is a win.
All right, but then you would have been one of those. Remember when City were unbeaten in the Champions League for how long? When they lost.
Yeah, they lost.
But they drew.
No, they didn't. No, it's not a draw. When you lose on penalties or you win on penalties, you've won or you've lost. We beat Arsenal. We didn't fucking draw with them.
You would get paid out for a draw.
I don't give a fuck what you get paid out for. City lost and we won.
All right,
yeah? If it was the other way around, then I might have changed my fucking tune, but it weren't, so I've not.
You're right, Macca, yeah? You're right, mate.
Him and fucking little Roger here. City didn't technically lose. It was a draw.
I think I'm grounded.
You are. Come and speak to me and your dad after. Rasmus was so bad in the first half, says Red Skip. So get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think. Rasmus getting a lot of stick here, even though he went off and we won. People not happy with his performance. Make sure you are hitting like. And if you're not subscribed
on
to
Rasmus,
the channel,
I've got another stat for you.
Go on, hit me with these stats.
Statman Dave's shitting himself at the moment.
He is Statman Macca. He's the new sheriff in town.
Hojlund has failed to score.
Go on.
In 36 of his 48 Premier League appearances.
I knew it'd be bad. Because he scored in
his European form has saved him a bit, hasn't it?
He had that purple patch, didn't he?
Like he scored loads in the Champions League, he scored loads in the Europa League. His Premier League form has been abysmal.
It has been abysmal. Is it 2 goals this season as well, which isn't great, and his performances aren't good. So I do worry a little bit for Rasmus Hojlund. I mean, his saving graces, Joshua Zirkzee, he was doing all right, isn't exactly smashing it. We'll talk about Hojlund and we'll move on quickly up. But what did you make of his performance? He's getting a lot of grief. He is getting a lot of stick in the comments and on socials from what I've seen.
Well, I said it while the game was going on, and I identified it at the start of the game. He needed a big performance, not just, obviously, everyone talks about goals and stuff like that, but like even his overall play, like holding the ball up, like, you know, you can count probably 1 or twice in the whole game where the ball's come into him, back to goal. Again, body position's wrong, distribution's wrong, first touch is wrong. And it's just the basics. Listen, if the goals are, I understand if the goals or the chances are not there and stuff like that, but it's just basics of being an elite player, like, you know, your technical ability and holding the ball up, and stop jumping into defenders and get your backside and get your arms out. Bring midfielders in. I said it on the watch along. I said, if he's holding the ball up, give Bruno when the midfielder's trying to get higher, because we're so deep. When we lose the ball, when we're obviously in the transition, we're so deep. But like, if he holds the ball up, it relieves pressure. Everyone can squeeze up. Midfielders can get high. Ahmad can come in. Garnacho can come in and can create some chances. At the moment, everything's bouncing off him.
I mean, talking of stats, I'll give you some stats for both the strikers, and it's pretty woeful reading. I'm not going to lie to you. There's no sugarcoating it. If you look at Hojlund, a lot of what you said is backed up by these stats. 6 out of 8 passes completed. I think he's at 0.01 XG in his 58 minutes. 21 touches, 1 in the opposition box, and 0 out of 6 aerial duels won, 9 duels lost, which is the most in the match. Then you go to Zirkzee stats, and it's 3 passes out of 4 completed, 7 touches, 0 out of 1 successful dribble, dispossessed ones, lost 5 out of 5 duels. I mean, they're both struggling a little bit, aren't they, if we're being honest? I know Zirkzee's probably had the better performances of the last few games, but neither of them are covering themselves in glory. Don't want to be too negative. We're going to get some positives, because we did win. Let's not forget that. Get involved in the chat in the comments and let us know what you think. Jimmy says we need Cheeto. Joe McPherson says he's still okay. Have you heard anything? we're worried. Say he's fine.
Sick of it. This is okay. What did he? Why wasn't he here on Friday?
He was poorly sick. He weren't well.
What, like me? What I am now? But I'm still here.
Oh,
Is that what is? Yeah. Where's all the messages about me and how if I'm okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where's the pray for Macca hashtag? None of that.
On the game though, Toby Collyer obviously with a goal line clearance, which kept it at 1-0. Lissandro Martinez has been bigging him up after the game. He said, "I'm so happy because of this guy. He's a big example for the young generation. Working hard every day and he's humble. He deserves it all." You know who they used to say that about?
Go on.
Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
You thought I was going to say Marcus Rashford, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lissandro Martinez got the win. I've got a quote from Martinez. It says here, he was asked what the win meant. Asked what the win meant to the fans. It means a lot, not only for the fans, but also for us, because we suffer a lot and it's really tough and really hard when you're losing this club. The pressure, and we know it's really hard, but we are here. We put a chase in every game, and we know how difficult it is. But we are here and we have to show every game like today. We have to win also every game, but we have to be also really humble after winning. I think you do have to be not humble after winning, but you show a little bit of self-awareness. You can't get too carried away with that. But I know you can enjoy it.
Yeah, of course.
You have to put it in a bit of perspective. Fulham must stay the sight of Manchester United. I know they won Old Trafford last season, but I think that's 19 games and 1 win they've had.
Yeah, not a great side to play.
Yeah.
But even Fulham, like in today's game, like we were saying at the start, like United are in a bit of a bad run of form or whatever. You would think they could go at it, but they didn't even show anything. You know what I mean? So 3 points bounce.
There was a couple of players who did have decent games for Manchester United. Obviously Martinez, who got a player of the match. I'll get to him in a minute. Ugarte, his stats sort of show that he was pretty effective. Most tackles in the match with 5, 91% pass accuracy. 3 passes into the final third, which isn't much to write home about, but in the context of the game, you probably give him credit for that. 1 out of 1 successful dribble, 7 duels won, which is the most, and 1 interception. So he was having a decent game, I think it's fair to say, which has been the sort of story since he's arrived at Manchester United. I think since he's arrived, he's been one of our most consistent players, if not our most consistent player. And he had a couple of games when he first arrived, but since then he's proper kicked on. Martinez, let's talk about him. 1 goal from 0.02 XG. 1 out of 1 shot accuracy, 2 out of 3 tackles, 5 out of 7 duels, 11 passes into the final third. Player of the match, just Macca. Lissandro Martinez. There was a time, wasn't there, not that long ago, when a few people questioning Martinez and saying,
well, he had a bit of a bad time.
Yeah, can he play in his system? Is he, is he?
I thought
is he
people did go very early on him because I thought there was enough evidence there to suggest he was just having a bad time rather than he was a bad player. And even when he was having that bad time, he was still. His passing ability was still there for everyone to see. And again, he's kind of coming clutch with that. I think he was a little bit lucky today with his goal. As you can see, massive deflection. But generally, I thought his all-round play was quite good. And I don't think that's the problem at the moment. I think our centre-backs are playing well.
Yeah.
I know Maguire had a bit of a dodgy one against Rangers. But generally speaking, our centre-backs have been good. Onana's let them down a few times. But generally speaking, he's been good as well. It's just everywhere else on the park. Like, we're not creating chances and we're not taking chances when we do create them. And that's the big problem at the moment that Ruben Amorim has to get right. Whether it's trying to find a balance in a team. Is Amad Diallo better coming from that right wing-back position? Because he's, when we've got the player that's whoever plays in the right forward position, and then you've got Amad coming from deep, it gives their defenders something else to think of because they've got Amad coming. And then you've got the extra player up there as well. So maybe I kind of feel like playing Amad at right wing back till we get someone there, playing Mazraoui at right centre back maybe. But then that's obviously harsh on Lenny Yoro, harsh on Maguire because they're probably the ones that aren't going to get as much minutes. But I feel that's probably the best way to go for us at the moment. And Joshua Zirkzee has to start because whilst I don't think he's really much of a goal threat in terms of him actually going to score, he creates more chances. Because his hold-up play is just a lot better. And Hojlund's having a bad one at the minute.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, like you see, even just confidence-wise, I know Joshua Zirkzee is not sort of banging in goals, but he looks like he's got a little bit more confidence than Rasmus Hojlund. And Rasmus Hojlund, I was feeling sorry for him before he got subbed. I was like, get him off because he's having one. Like it's almost painful to watch. And you shouldn't be saying that about a striker for Manchester United. It's just, I don't know, man. It is kind of sad what's going on at the minute. And hopefully he can turn it around. Still only a young lad, let's not forget. Ruben Amorim's been chatting after the game. He says really important to have that feeling away from home. Great support from our away fans as always. Not a great game and you can feel it. No great chances. Just in the end with the long balls, we tried to control the game, tried to play our game, but we need to improve a lot and you can feel it. But this time we hold the result and then with one goal we close the game. It's really important to win now. Also mentioning the clean sheet, he says it's really important because clearly you are closer to win games and give you confidence. We didn't suffer too much today and that is a good sign. Not just the clean sheet, it's the way we defend. Like I said, we need to improve a lot with the ball. Without the ball we were okay, controlled the game, we score and we move on to the next game. He was also asked about scoring goals and whether it's still a problem. He says, I think so. In the second half, we want to change some things and we lack some pace and some power in front, but it is what it is. And we need to have more ball, create more chances. We need to take the ball to the last third. We struggle a lot in these details, but winning helps a lot to improve. And Amorim has just told the BBC it's his 40th birthday tomorrow, but 2 months at Manchester United has made him feel like he's turning 50. So he's still got his sense of humour and he likes a little bit of a giggle, doesn't he? Get involved in the chat and the comments and let us know what you think about the game, about the performance, about the, where does it leave us? I mean, it doesn't leave us much in terms of the league position, does it? But can we, we keep saying this, but can we start just getting a little bit of momentum going here, really? Because we just feel like every time we have a decent result, it's sort of tempered by the fact we'll have a disappointing one afterwards. Yondos says, can we all just agree to never ever use the phrase "you don't know ball"? It's such a twatish turn of phrase. Yondos, do you ever use that?
I don't use that.
Have you?
I use it ironically.
Yeah, I've never said it.
I know ball though, so go fuck yourself.
Exactly. I do too much, says Yoro showed what he's made of today. Love his game.
This is Jay said it in his own super chats with his own.
Yeah, I do. I am knackered.
So we could say I do too much.
I do too much. Jay is great and works dead hard, said.
I ate my kid says, what?
It's a super chat, you got to read that. Yeah. Red Skipper says, if we had a strong centre forward, we'd be functioning so much better as a team. Xerxes and Rasmus are too weak. Maka was pointing out several areas a minute ago. It's not just the centre forward, is it? Hopper? There's a lot more going on. But how much of a difference do you think that could make?
No, it's massive. I feel like a broken record saying about the hold up play and bringing people in. Sometimes when you're under pressure, you need the nines to hold the ball up and bring people in. And if they can't get hold of the ball, then it's a real struggle the way that we want to play at the moment, especially with that lone striker and wingers coming inside, and we need the midfielder getting closer to him so we can be like a bounce board off it. If we can't get hold of the ball, then the pressure's just going to come straight back on us, and we're so deep. So I do agree, the nine's vital in the system, the way the manager wants to play.
Yeah. Hands up for the Panther says, still waiting for some fans in the chat to grow a brain. Some shots fired. Title says a win is a win. You don't win every game 5-0. Why our fan base full of clowns? No.
We definitely don't win any game 5-0.
I know, we need to change that chant.
When was the last time we won 5-0?
We often score 6, but we seldom.
Yeah, we often score 0, but we seldom score 1.
I think, that's got a bit of a ring to it, hasn't it? We'll try and get that going next time.
What do we change? We'll kill any bastards that get in our way too. We'll beat some teams.
We'll beat some teams occasionally that give up against us.
We are the shame of all Europe. The Cocker
We can keep the Scousers.
We ate Anthony
and Leeds. Nosebleed 12th, says David Rich. Right. Loads of people still commenting about Stain. I don't want to seem like dismissive because he said he'd had pains in his kidneys, so people are saying they were concerned about him.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We've spoken to him. I'm sorry.
Pains in his kidneys.
Well, this is what people are saying. I've not seen the post, but this is what people are saying. I spoke to him. He seemed fine. I'm sure he'll be.
Has he
okay.
tweeted today? That's a good way to see if he's still alive.
Is he arguing with anyone on Twitter? That if he's not, then we should be concerned. His
last tweet was an hour ago saying we are boring.
Right. Okay. Then there you go. Then I think that's fine. Bruno and Maz barely cross, says Mark F. Garnacho cuts in all the time. Bruno shoots outside of the box. Where are the strikers meant to succeed in that? Listen, maybe the service isn't great. I get that. The service can let them down. But also, we've got to admit, we're not keeping hold of the ball well enough with our attackers as well.
Again, Maka said it. There's a lot of areas that we need to improve on. And it's not just, obviously, the 9 or Hojlund or Xerxes we're targeting. I agree, a lot of areas that we need to, take care and make right decisions. But the way that they want to play is very vocal with a 9. And we've seen it today. Anyone who watching that game who doesn't agree that obviously Hojlund was having a tough time getting hold of the ball, then I don't know what game you're watching.
Yeah, it's one of them. You look, we've spoken about the flaws in this squad. You can see it. Everyone can see it. We know what's going on. The thing for United, for me now, is a big part of it. It's just getting wins, getting that sort of conversation about the pressure on the manager and all that nonsense ended, so we can go into the sort of final bit of the season, hopefully start moving up the table, and next season back in properly, so he can sort of do the things he's been brought in to do, because he's inherited this squad that's got no confidence, that's struggling. He hasn't got an out-and-out striker who can score goals and even hold the ball that well, and he's having to make do with what he's got. And yes, he should have done better in certain games, but you can't blame the manager.
The manager's been very honest in his post-match interview as well. He's said everything that we've sort of said, haven't we, about struggling, attacking-wise, goal-wise. He's been honest, hasn't he? So
we should have won 2-0 as well, because I'm not convinced by that.
I think that's one of them where it could go either way. No,
but the lines are all weird.
When's that coming with the arm? The arm stuff.
The arm doesn't count. It's from the armpit.
Okay. No, but even like the line that's supposed to be Ahmad's line is far too out. Like it should be tighter in.
Yeah.
Also, like you're in line with the player, man.
Yeah, I mean,
like if we had just drawn this game, we'd be fuming about that.
Yeah. I would be annoyed if they'd have got a late equaliser, or if that had been the goal for the winner. You would have been raging, because it's one of those. It could have gone either way.
This is a good point as well. Someone's kind of quoted the Premier League Match Centre because I tweeted a picture of it, and he said, "Why is it one part of the arm for the attacker but the armpit of the defender? Why is it not like for like in terms of the point?" I don't
know. And it's like Red Skipper says Estrella, yes, Adam.
Yeah, it's a bit dead, that.
Okay, never mind.
I'm a bit ill. It's been there for a while.
He's ill.
We'll finish it for you.
He's ill, but he's soldiering on. Like a good lad. Listen, Manchester United are soldiering on.
Or like Steve's at home getting all his sympathy for fuck up.
Hey, there you go. Hey. You know where to find Adam McKola. You know where to find the R8s. You know where to find me. This has been a review. Manchester United winning at Craven Cottage. We've got a win. We're up to, what are we, 12th now? Dizzy heights. We're marching up that table. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Going to be in from Andy Tate shortly as well. See you in the next one.